just let me go. Please let me go. You like to love so hard and then you throw it away. You like to open skies and then you blame it on me. You're someone I can never be with. You joke about my flaws and weaknesses. Why'd you love so hard and then just throw it away? You opened up my heart and just to close it on me. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. So don't you blame it on me. You never knew how bad it was. Guess you never really cared because you said your parents never gave you hugs. And as a child you were never loved. You made me love so hard, but then you threw it away. You like to open skies and then you blame it on me. You're someone I can never be with. You joke about my flaws and weaknesses. Why'd you love so hard and then just throw it away? You opened up my heart and just to close it on me. Don't blame it on me. Don't you blame it on me. Yeah. You like to open skies. You open all my skies and then you blame it on me. You're someone I can never be with. You joke about my flaws and weaknesses. So don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me.
We used to be solid, not falling apart. Things never not okay when you were mine. You used to be honest, not pulling my heartstrings. Every other day you change your mind. Cause when you're high you call me like I'm lonely. Some kind of little toy for you to wind up when you land in bed and feeling lonely. I'm tired of being deployed like that. Getting busier and busier, so disorientated. First you want me, then you're busy. Girl, it's not that complicated. Got me tied up in a leash and running, going round, round, round. You got me running in a circle. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Round in a circle. Back where I started, I'm stuck here like glue. You keep me on a loop. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Round in a circle. Back where I started, I'm stuck here like glue. You keep me on loop. I used to respect you, thought I was enough. Yeah, feels like half a century ago. Cause you keep coming back after telling me off, without even feeling sorry between goodbye and hello again. Thought we could grow again, how about no again, again and again. I'm trying to tell you we can't be friends, struggling to comprehend that we broke up and ended again and again and again and again. Busier and busier, so disorientated. First you want me, then you're busy. Girl, it's not that complicated. Got me tied up in a leash and running, going round, round. You got me running in a circle. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Round in a circle. wait for you to wind up when you're lying in bed and feeling lonely. I'm tired of being deployed, like all I am to you is a pet. You think you own me? I'm nothing but a boy for you to wind up when you wanna pretend to get to know me. You got me running in a circle. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to this? I'm in a circle. Back where I started, I was stuck here like glue. You keep me on a loop. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? I'm in a circle. Back where I started, I was stuck here like glue. You keep me on loop. Got me running in a circle. Find you. I'm used to waiting. Are you? Would you be waiting there too? Would you be waiting there too? I'm used to staying. Would you? Would you be waiting? Dopamine when you send pictures. When you send pictures. Can't be waiting. Can't be waiting. Oh, dopamine when you send pictures. When you send pictures. Oh, would you be waiting? Find you. I'm used to waiting. Are you? Would you be waiting there too? I'm used to staying. Would you? Would you be waiting? Hey, what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? I have an open invitation, but you're telling me go get lost. I don't wanna see your face. Yeah, what the hell? So why don't we stay out till the morning light? 'Cause two wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. Some Chardonnay, we camp in the parking lot. Leave traces of plastic cups. We're just doing what we feeling right now. So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the
Hello. Welcome back to another Tuesday night Overwatch stream. We are so excited to be here. My name is Evangeline, also known as Animal Team,
And I'm Coach Christian.
as you guys all know by now.
True. At least I hope so.
Hopefully. Okay, so it looks like the players we have tonight, Landon, also known as Lemon, he's going to be on tank. Aiden, known as Archon, on DPS. Alexis, also known as Alexa. Alexa.
Alexis,
Alex.
known as Alex.
Yeah, there you go. Alexis, known as Alex, on DPS. Kaylee, Tracer on support. Brianna, Child on support as well.
Yeah, no real doozies to say, Nothing throwing us off tonight. We've seen this team play in the past. We expect them to kind of keep that momentum we've seen before. And I believe, I should have confirmed with Coach Connor, but I believe that this is a team that they played in preseason potentially or have played before. So it'll be really interesting to see how this match goes.
Agreed. Going to check now. But yeah. As you can tell, normally we'd have Ed in here. Today, it is me and Christian. We're going to lock down on this Overwatch commentating.
Yes, absolutely. It's been a long time since I casted some Overwatch, so you have to excuse my lack of knowledge here.
Right.
And,
Do you know about Hazard and stuff, like all the new people?
No.
Okay.
No. No shot. I know their perks. Hey, we got perks.
Hey, yeah, that's new. That's something.
I know that. Just got an update from Coach Connor that we will should be getting started as soon as they set the lobby up and get all the invites out. So just waiting for some updates there.
The normal waiting around for the updates and for the match to start. Normally some delays. Hopefully it won't be too long of delays. I know last week they did best of 3.
Correct.
Today it is best of 5.
Correct.
So last week it did go a little bit quicker, but this should be a little longer than what we did last week. So
Yeah, hoping to see a regularly scheduled match.
sorry.
Just punch the mic.
I did not mean to do that. That was
okay.
my fault.
But yeah, hopefully it would be 5v5, hopefully best of 5, kind of the regular formatting that we see from Overwatch. It just got very quiet in this arena. And looks like there's the invite. So
The mouse is over here. There we go. My bad. I'm not used to this computer.
Okay. Looks like everything is good so far.
Yes. I believe so.
Give me 1 second real quick.
There we go.
Okay. Yep, we're good. So should be starting any minute here now.
Okay. Yeah, everyone's in. Last week we had some struggles, and it took quite a while for everybody to fully get in the lobby.
True. I think since last week was week 1, a lot of people were still kicking the rust off of setting up lobbies and all that kind of fun stuff. But now that we're in week 2 officially and everyone's kind of back at this point, we're shaking a lot of that dust and rust off, and we're
Getting
officially
used to the new normal.
Exactly. And looks like we might see a roster change or potentially something going on here. So
Some player changes possibly. Happens, we see that quite a bit. I know we had that, I think it was like maybe, it was preseason we had some changes, but
yeah,
because it was a 4v4.
Mm-hmm.
But so we see the people changing out quite often during different games.
Yeah, so I wanna touch on some of the things that I don't think we talk about enough is this team comp. 3 out of the 5 of our Overwatch players, this is their first season competing.
Correct.
So it's really interesting to see how they've kind of adapted, specifically Child, Tracer, and Alex. This is all their first seasons competing, first seasons being a part of Valhalla, and just kind of how they've warmed up to not only the Valhallan infrastructure, but also the competitive format and how they've really blossomed in this format.
Correct. I fully agree. They definitely fit in really well here in the competitive setting, and getting there, getting the wins, understanding teamwork. They've worked in really well here, I think, with their team.
Absolutely. And luckily for them, they got 2 legends, probably,
Two of the OGs.
of Valhalla on their team. So Landon, probably a day oneer if I had to guess, and Aiden probably not far behind him. So just really great to see this team finally kind of find their feet and be able to flourish in a season.
Right, fully agree. And I'm pretty sure Aiden is also day one because he was here on the first Overwatch team. So both day oneers for the Overwatch team. Pretty cool.
Yep, absolutely. And again, just waiting for a final update here from Coach Connor.
Hopefully be starting in around maybe the next few minutes. I say that every time and then it ends up being like forever. But hopefully the next few minutes. It looks like we're just waiting for them to get another player on their little rack thing, little roster. My guess is we'll be starting with the same map we always start on, Samoa, so that is our normal map start on. Yep, just working out a few of the last things that we have to get done, get ready, and then we should be able to start here up in a few minutes. Christian is just checking on making sure that we are fully set up and trying to get some times for us, I think. And we're going to start hopefully in the next few minutes, like I've said. Super excited. We saw them play last week. They did an absolute job last week, so super excited to watch them this week. Yeah, it looks like we'll be starting here in a few minutes.
Okay, sorry. I know I'm kind of running all over the place, but yes, just got some confirmations. This is the team they played in preseason, so a little bit of a rematch here. Just kind of figuring out some settings and getting this last player locked in before we go here. So I apologize for running away and coming back.
Hey, at least you get the updates for us. We appreciate
True,
the updates.
true.
Appreciate the updates.
I am pretty good at that. And just waiting here. Something that I want to touch on is, unfortunately, Landon not being in the arena. Now, the main reason I want to touch on that is because Landon is such a character.
He's got a really big personality.
Such a leader for this team.
Right.
Not only as the actual leader, I believe he's the IGL, but also
I do believe so.
just that emotional
Personality leader.
mental leader that
Right.
he has. This is a guy that talks 24/7 and really helps his team out. So I don't anticipate it's going to impact this team too much, but definitely something to keep aware of, especially if we start to drop some rounds to see. It could be a little bit of a snowball effect. So.
But he is in call. I know call is different, but he is still there in call. Hopefully he'll be able to keep his team up if things go south. We are not hoping for that though, but he will still be in call. So I have faith that his personality will shine right through his mic into the call.
Yeah, no, and for sure. I mean, you being one of his teammates and rivals, I think you're pretty good to speak on that front. So
Pretty familiar. He has played from home rivals, and he always is still the same Landon that we've known since day one here.
That doesn't surprise me. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yep.
Something that I would love is actually, let me go back. Something that I should mention is that next week we will be taking a little break from Overwatch and going to watch some Apex. So for those of you that are big Apex fans, we will have that next week. I wasn't actually sure if they were competing this season, so I'll take the personal blame for that one. But just got the word today that they are, so definitely watching them next week.
Don't worry, I also just got this word, so
yeah.
You're not late to the party.
Honestly, I would love to be able to stream Smash. I don't know what all we would have to do for that. It might be something that I look into soon, but those kids are great.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
they are.
No, I would love to watch Smash.
That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly. I think we'd all have a great time watching and casting that.
Absolutely.
Definitely a fun game.
And it looks like everybody's in here.
So hopefully we'll be starting soon.
Just waiting for the final word. The final okay.
Okie dokie.
Man, it looks like, which obviously you guys can't see, but it looks like everybody's locked in. Everybody just talking over final comms and just making sure they're ready to go. Mm-hmm. So.
Okay. Looks like the map has been switched to Nepal. So we'll see. We are starting.
Yes.
I just got word that we are starting. So I will let you guys know when it starts, and then you'll be switching over.
As soon as we get that screen switch, of course, we'll have some lovely Overwatch
to watch.
Yes, of course. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
In. Looks like we are seeing.
All right, so while everybody is loading in here, you guys just being able to see kind of the flyer round of the map. Looks like this is going to be a point map, so that first point being right on the circle there.
They should be coming out here in a minute.
Yes, any minute now we should have some engagements.
It takes off all the scenes, including the weapons.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, having a little bit of an issue getting into the team that we want to be spectating, but
as in last week, I think we had the same issue.
I believe so. Yeah.
So.
Just a Overwatch kind of spectator setting that's a little weird, but
yes.
currently watching Child, and it looks like VHCH is going to take an early control of this point. Looks like a couple
Right.
down. Alex actually fell, but
That is the problem with a map like this, is you can fall off of it. Definitely wouldn't be the first time I've ever seen it. But switching over here to Landon, also known as Lemon. I believe this is Orisa.
yes,
I am
I
correct?
do know the name of that character. Yes, can confirm.
I just want to make sure. I was like 90% sure, but definitely just want to make sure. Because this is, I think, one of our first times seeing Orisa be played. And obviously, I know it's second week, so. Super cool. As we see, Campbell having a great hold here on point, keeping them at this choke point, doing a great job at that. Keeping them off the point, and Campbell is just farming that point right now. Looks like Malga is running in here, and he does end up falling off the map. Good kills from Landon here, we saw.
Yeah, and something that I'm kind of surprised of is we're not seeing a boop character, so someone like Lucio or someone that can really take advantage of that edge play in a map like this.
From what I know, Lucio is not quite in the meta currently, so that's why we haven't really seen him. But it looks like we're going to see
What a big ult there from Landon. Get two.
Agreed.
And
Three.
Finds a third.
Will he get the last? And he does.
And that's going to be a quick point on the side of Valhalla and Campbell.
Very well done, very well played there. Camp Hill's really good at holding those choke points, getting point and then holding them in their choke point and not letting them back on point. That's something we've seen them do a lot here. No big surprise to us.
Yeah, and something that I assume is the choice for Landon here. We see the Orisa. I almost wonder if he was assuming we were going to see the Mauga come out from the other
Right.
team, so then picks a counter to the Mauga.
But it does look like we have a Diva now, which is like, I think our second time seeing. Oh, we are just switching through multiple people.
I have no idea who
Let's
this
see
is.
what we end with.
so-
This is Junker Queen.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Junker Queen. Maybe you'll be able to see Hazard.
Maybe.
I remember me and Evan convinced him like 2 weeks ago to play Hazard for us in
Okay.
preseason.
Not that I'll know who it is based off the look.
Don't
so
worry,
you have
I'll
to-
let you know. I'll let
Yeah.
you know. We were taking this first fight on point, doing a great job, great kills there from Alex and Aaron.
Yeah, and Child doing such a good job on the Mercy, making sure that everyone is staying alive.
Yes, agree.
Of course, I think I had a little caster curse right there. That always happens to me.
Oh no. See, me and Evan are always like, I think we're gonna curse, and then we never end up doing it. So we just say what we see.
I'm like the king of caster predictions. I either caster curse or I predict the future.
Very nice. As we see, they're holding them at this great point. It looks like Malga is trying to walk on site, but no, we have our Mercy and our Junker Queen against the Malga. I'm pretty sure Malga's going down there. Yep.
Yeah, something interesting on the side of Oak Fenrir here is that they're kind of losing each other in some
I see
of these
very
fights.
staggered.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
staggered fights.
So we saw the Malga there on point, but no teammates to support them.
Agreed. I did see that. I was going to point that out. Something here in Camp Hill is if one's going, they're all going together. Because, a whole 5 against a whole, 2. The 5's going to win that fight.
Yeah,
most
absolutely.
likely. It's just something we see a lot here.
And I think this is something that we've talked about in multiple games.
Right.
We've talked about it a lot in Valorant, but in Overwatch and even in Rivals as well. Our players here at Camp Hill are so good at kind of controlling that space that they just manage it so well. And because of that, it causes other teams to kind of suffer because they feel suffocated.
Yes, I definitely think, and definitely with Camp Hill and their regrouping, they understand, and I know Landon does a great job of calling these out, but when to regroup and when to, okay, I think we've pushed up too far, okay, we're losing people, regrouping, they definitely understand when it is most necessary.
Yup. I guess that's maybe another thing we should mention. How unfortunately we don't get to hear any Landon comms. I think sometimes you guys get to hear him because he's so loud. But
we have done it about once.
Yeah.
In preseason, so.
And actually, Oak Fenrir gonna get a good team wipe here to take control of the point, which is exactly what they needed to do.
Right. Pulling through here, getting it at the last 99% here. And now Camp Hill's going to have to regroup here.
And we do have 2 ults on the side of Camp Hill, and I believe we actually saw some switches from Oak to kind of, not completely match, but play a more similar comm to that of Camp Hill's.
Right.
But we're just going to see an all dump from Camp Hill, and they're going to take it over.
Looks like we're going to have our first full game secured.
Yep.
So that would mean best of 5 tonight, I said.
Correct.
So first to 3.
Yep.
Perfect.
A good round. I want to shout out Oak Fenrir again. Those guys really turn it around from map 1 to map 2 and kind of figuring out how this Camp Hill team wants to play.
Definitely seeing the improvement there in game 2. They did end up getting some percent on the point. Really at that moment pushing together and really taking over and taking control. And I definitely don't think Camp Hill, we were ready for that. So they definitely did a great job there. Got to give them some credit for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you guys know, one of the bad parts about Overwatch is this little kind of null period in between map reselection. So as soon as we get updates, of course, we'll let you guys know and hopefully get back into the match.
Yes, hopefully it won't take them long. Loser picks map, so we're just going to wait until we get the map choice.
Correct. And I would love to talk more about our Camp Hill team and how well they did, or blah blah blah. But it's just kind of the standard that they've set for themselves.
Very much so.
So it's not that they didn't do great. They absolutely did great, but we're just so used to seeing them do this well.
Seeing them hold that point, hold them out, get the point, and don't let them on point ever again.
Correct.
So actually seeing a team starting to get some point, hey, that's a little newer for us, you know?
Yep.
We don't get to see it often, so.
And if you're Oak Fenrir at this point, right, even taking that whatever 10 or 20% that they got on map
30.
2. Yeah, okay. So and knowing that adjustment you made sense, and now you just continue to apply that into some of the later maps. And you're really having fun punching that mic, aren't you?
I'm so used to that. It's actually so different. Like my body movements are so different compared to if I'm over there. This arm has a lot more movement. This is a lot lower. And I'm so not used to that. So I want to apologize. I'm so sorry for actually blowing out y'all's eardrums. That is my fault. I'm not gonna use my hands.
You're just so mad in a fit of rage. You just punch the mic.
I'm just so used to actually talking with my hands that I can't. So I'm just holding them behind my back now.
I think Stream knows that I'm that way. So
yeah, but you're a little used to being over here. So
I am, but I
and
keep
you're
my
also
mic
have
really
your
high.
hands out here.
Yeah.
You're also a lot taller than I am.
That is true.
So.
Yeah, I can't win them all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, officially jumping in to map number 2. How do you pronounce this map? That's a really good question.
I did not see the name. Where is it?
Parasol, I think. Pariso. We just got official word. Thank you, Coach Connor. And again, while we're waiting for the official countdown here, again, you guys are just going to see some flying images of the map. And just about here in 5 seconds. This looks like it might be a hybrid map.
I believe so.
Yeah. Yes, I'm correct. And it looks like
Wait till they come onto camera here.
Yep, you're good.
Because the mouse is very sensitive, so
It is,
it's
yes.
a little hard to move. So
Okay,
just
yeah,
wait.
so it looks like Oak is going to be defending here. Camphill starting out on attack. And just another 10 seconds for Camphill to be released from their spawn. We're actually seeing Oak sit back, actually all the way on the point. Kind of surprised we're not seeing this choke point get held a little bit more. And back on our goat, Limone.
Yes. So technically, they are holding quite the choke point on this map because of the bridge. There's 2 bridges before you get to the point, so they're holding at the last bridge closest to the spawn point.
Okay, I see now.
So this is technically the choke point because the point is past this next bridge that we are out currently. It's kind of hard to hold up closer into their spawn because there really isn't a great choke point.
Yep.
They can just go all sides. So as we did see, they are trying to hold the choke point, but they are already on point.
Yeah. I hate to just keep preaching the same thing, but Landon just such a good job at creating that space for his team just to be able to walk forward. And really, that's what your tank is supposed to do, whether it be this game or Rivals or any game.
Any game with a tank.
Yep, any game with a tank.
Your tank is going to go in first, getting that most of that damage so that your DPS can come up behind and take out those kills.
Yep.
And then your
Space control.
Healer's always there behind, just making sure nobody dies.
Yep. And Landon actually pretty low here. Is going to get healed back up pretty quickly.
Right. But as we see, Camphill making great ways, and then just landing back in their back line, trying to take out some healers here.
And a good 2K there from Alex. And Aiden's going to follow it up with one of his own. And we see Landon just bullying this Bastion.
Absolutely.
And we see the ult. We're seeing the same issue though.
The 1v1.
Yeah, Oak is they're just staggered. They're not waiting for each other to spawn back in. They're not really fighting as a team, so.
Once one spawns, another one's out, and then dead, and it's just a constant rewind of never actually having a full team to fully fight a full team, which is something that definitely needs to change if they're going to want to try to get this point back here.
Exactly.
We see the Mercy res, but definitely goes down real fast.
And at this point, Camphill has already proved, especially Landon specifically, that he has no problem taking this space and even jumping into spaces that are a little dangerous, into the back line or into the middle of damages just to create for his teammates. So
Plenty of space and plenty of time to get where they need to go. We see the ult here from Landon. We actually see multiple ults here from Camphill. 3 ults.
yeah, and just that specifically. Of course, Landon's got his ult to back it up, but jumps into 4 of them.
It doesn't end up dying.
It's just not afraid to do that, to give Camphill a really good final push here.
Right. And honestly, that's sometimes the tank. That's the tank you need. You need a tank who's not worried to actually go in and get the fights done, knowing that he is a team to back up him.
Yeah.
And that's what they have all learned to play together so well. In each play style that they have, they're able to support each other in each play style that they play, which is definitely a really great thing that we see.
Yeah, and if I'm Oak Fenrir at this point, I'm using that against Camphill. They've proven, especially if we see a Winston pick or even an Orisa pick, that Landon wants to kind of be a little bit more aggressive.
Unfortunately, they're not in comp mode, so I don't know if they have to redo this.
Give me 1 second, I'll figure that out.
Okay, I'll just be here and we'll do the same thing. Stare at this point for a hot minute, yeah. So he is talking to Connor now, see what the next thing is, since they did absolutely roll them in that first little fight there. Yes, but now they're going to be switching into comp. So now they are in the game in comp. So you guys will hopefully be switching over in a minute. Okay, there we go. It should just be the same thing over again. But you know, I think this gives them a second chance to know how they're going to play this. Looks like we were just going to play it out. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Yes, I am. We are defending this time. Let's take a look here at Lexus, also known as Alex.
Okay, so it would depend how this side goes. Would depend on what the comp feature will either cause us to potentially replay the map, or will depend on a decision. So luckily, that's not something that we have to worry about. That's completely on the respective coaches. But
right, so we're just here, and we will hopefully get updates then. But I know we've been watching a lot of Landon, so let's take a look.
that is true.
Take a look at some of our other players here.
Yep. Alexis, got to shout out Alexis. She's great. She's not only played her role, but she's willing to come up for interviews, and she's very involved, not only with us up here, but her team in general. Again, someone that really kind of helps the mental state of the team. So
For sure. And like we said, all of our 3 new players have fit in great with our team and our team comp that we already had.
absolutely, we see a very good hold of the choke.
This is Ash, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Pretty. Okay, yes, it is. We did get confirmation that it is Ash. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to get better with my people.
Yeah, you know more than I do, so. I got like.
And I know very little, so.
I got like the OG roster, and then like a couple new agents. And when I knew,
Ash is
I meant.
an OG, so.
No, she's not.
I'm pretty sure she is. She was there when I played.
I don't know. I'm talking like Overwatch 1 OG.
Okay. You're talking about OG.
I'm
Got
talking
it.
like when Sombra
I was talking
came
like
out.
last
OG.
year.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. No. I mean, I know some of them. I've
Right.
learned some of them, but
Okay, I see. Our Mercy does unfortunately go down. But Camp Hill holding this great choke point that we talked about earlier, the first bridge before the second bridge, and then onto point. Doing a great job of just holding this choke point. We see the ult here from Ash.
yeah, and I killed there, and I believe a couple on assists as well. So
And it does look like Landon did switch to Sigma, so that is a new tank that we also haven't
yes.
seen yet in a while. Maybe if he's switching through all the tanks, maybe we'll get to see some hazards. So,
he's playing them all.
hey, maybe he's still got 2 more games. Maybe one more.
Yeah.
So we never know what could happen.
You know, I think the interesting thing is we saw Oak get the Mercy from Camp Hill, but they didn't really take advantage of that. So I almost wonder maybe if they missed, that they didn't realize they killed the Mercy, or going into Aiden.
Yes, and we do get the first person view of this one.
Finally figured it out, kinda.
Nope.
Oh,
I did not figure it out. I lied. It's okay, we'll go back to Landon here.
back to Aiden. Back
Yes,
to
back
Aiden
to
in third
Aiden.
person. It's alright.
Okay, it shows us a little more, so
Yep. We're
it's not a
learning.
bad thing. We're learning.
I kind of like the third person point of view, to be honest.
Let's see.
And I want to point out that we see the Symmetra come out from Oak, so potentially a cheeky teleport.
Yes, there is that. Very possible. I think at this point they're just trying to go through what they know and what they can do. So.
And a good kill. Unfortunately, a trade is going to come out, but a really good kill there for Oak. Campbell going to do their best just to kind of reclaim some of that, though. Going back to Alex. And that is going to do us for game number 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Hopefully we won't redo it. I'm guessing.
Yeah. It doesn't look like... let me get a quick confirmation on that.
Okay. We'll be waiting. So he's getting confirmation on what, because coaches got to talk to coaches, so we will see. Anyways, you guys should be switching back to us.
Yes, I did just get confirmation. Because of the circumstances of the map, it is just going to count for Valhalla and Camp Hill. So at this point, on series point, match point, whatever you want to call it, for Valhalla and Camp Hill. So.
Right. And this could be last game for all we know.
Yep, absolutely.
But hey, for all we know, it might not.
It could be, Okay. They figured it out. They figured it out. At this point, they just kind of need to work with that system. Yep, and put it to effect. So.
They did it one round. They can definitely do it again. They gotta pull themselves all together, and they have to go in as a team, play as a team, as we see Campbell doing here, playing as a team, holding those choke points. Those choke points are so crucial in this game for winning rounds because those choke points are going to be where you hold the most time.
Absolutely, and I want to point out, seeing a sub on the side of Oak, switching out for Waluigi.
I believe so.
So it'll be interesting to see if maybe Waluigi's their X factor. Maybe he's the guy that's going to come in and change the aspect of the game. We don't know.
One guy can change a whole game sometimes.
Absolutely.
It's a team game, but there's always sometimes that one person that can change a whole game and switch the whole game right around.
Absolutely. Especially in a game like this, you know, one person comes in fresh, starts to feel themselves, and can really motivate the other team and switch momentum into their favor.
Right.
Looks like we're going to be going on New Junk City.
Oh, yes. No, if Landon could hear me right now, I'd tell him to go play Hazard just so you can see him, because now I want you to see him because you don't know.
I do not know.
You don't know.
But we are going to be flash points as well. So, going to have to going to have to capture multiple points to secure the map.
3.
Yes.
The first of 3, if I'm correct. I'm just going to wait here.
Yeah, you're fine.
Because I actually haven't played this game in forever and don't know where they come out.
I couldn't tell you. So that's probably what I would do too.
Look around. There we go.
And actually, I would say that this is a little bit more in the favor of Oak at this point, especially with them figuring it out at the end of a point map, right? If they can figure it out and really put it into effect here, we could see them capture 1, if not 3 flash points and potentially win the map here.
They have so much time to work out their plan, so much time to fully go together. This is not just a quick flash point. This is multiple flash points.
Yep.
So they do have so much time and so many mess ups that they can make to finally get this together. So this could be good for them.
Yeah, and at this point, their backs are pretty much against the wall. So they're going to have to hopefully figure it out and put it into effect this game. Yeah, gonna follow the Lucio. That was my main healer, so I respect the Lucio pick.
Right. And as I said earlier, I don't know if Lucio's in meta right now or not. So we will see.
Sounds like some victories are going on. I don't know if that was Smash or Apex, but
it looks like it's Apex. We got some pats on the chairs of the Apex players.
I see it.
Jonathan's super happy right now. too soon. So we see another Malga pick here.
Yup.
Nothing too special.
Yeah, no,
Seen-
very
seen him
similar
play.
picks to what we've seen in other maps.
Hey, don't blame it. If it works, don't. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah,
You
if
know?
it ain't broke, don't fix it. Absolutely. I agree. Couldn't agree more.
And hey, they've already got 70% of the point here.
Yup.
So looking great in Camp Hill's favor right now.
This point actually a pretty hard one to get down into,
Right.
because you kind of have to battle the elevation on top of fighting your opposition team.
And something that I know Camp Hill does is once they all call out a person, that person ends up dead in like the next 10 seconds. Or less. They really pick who they're playing and they all go against it. I think that's something that I haven't really seen from the other side, because I feel like there's a lot of staggering. Everyone's shooting at a different person. And we see Camp Hill just going in, getting out that tank, getting out those healers, getting out those DPS. But they're all shooting at the same person, right? So that means the person's going to die a lot faster. Because one person against 5. Even though the other teammates are shooting, but they're not all shooting at the same person. So.
Yup, absolutely. And we see, and we're seeing it into effect as you're talking about it, just the control that they have over.
With the full team wipe there, it was just,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think in those situations where, unfortunately a 1v1 kind of breaks off, or, they meet each other maybe on a flank, Campbell is so good at crashing onto that. We saw Landon there actually run away from the primary engagement to help out Alex, who was playing Sombra, so.
Right. See if we can take a look at someone else here. Possibly. Nope, we'll just go back to Landon, actually.
Now, in the first-person perspective, getting a view of... Look at us. We're figuring it out.
Which one would you prefer? Third person?
I personally prefer the third-person view, but...
Agreed. Because you can see like the whole team and what everyone's playing.
Exactly.
You're not necessarily just watching one person. You can see everyone else's fights, and we can see what the other team is also doing, how they are playing.
Yep.
There's a lot more to see.
And we might see, unfortunately, Oak not going to try and force the touch there on point, so...
I don't know if I blame them, because their fights are just so low right now. Every fight they take, they're just getting absolutely rolled. I'd say they were all as a team there, but Landon just runs in, takes out 2, and then his team finishes and wipes out everyone else. It's just... They just have a great system going, honestly, and it's it's a hard system to break.
And we saw there at least the Landon ult, if not another ult as well. Just such good control over not only playing together, but also like their ability usage and ult usage, and really this is, I don't want to say a complete team, because obviously there's always things they can improve on, but you are seeing live like how good this team is at playing together.
Agreed, and how much, and like we said so many times, how well they actually do work together, and how just they've really worked with each other enough to learn everyone's play style, and they just absolutely roll the teams that they play.
Yeah, this is a team that has
Landon
grinding.
does go down.
Yeah, we're gonna see the Lucio come back there, so.
Take a look here at Child for a minute. They do have half of the point now.
Child on the Juno, actually a very normal pick that we see for her, so.
I do agree.
And I would have anticipated that this might be the last fight. Unfortunately,
I do.
Quick one gonna fall there on the side of Oak. The Orisa ult though, can it find a couple? Unfortunately, not
As
able
we
to
saw
find
there, just
anyone.
from Child's POV, that Landon got stunned and they all went to go save their tank. Like they all stopped what they else were doing, and everyone just came in to save their tank and kill the person who was trying to kill their tank. That's what we call great teamwork there. Great plays from them, and I do think that is our win of the night.
Absolutely. what a great victory as
Yes.
we watch the play of the game here. But just a great showing from Baja and Campbell.
But yes,
And ladies and gentlemen, of course, what a good game. Not only on the side of Baja and Campbell, but Oak as well.
Right.
This is a team that figured it out early on, but just couldn't put it into full effect. So GG's, of course. But
course. GG's well played. Good fights they put up.
absolutely. But it is that time. So
Interviews.
I'm going to step away and let you take over
Thank
as
you.
we prepare for some interviews. So I believe Alexis will be the first one up, and good luck.
Yeah, that's what I said. Me and Chris were talking about that earlier, how short I was compared to him. Anyways, so we saw the great team play there and an absolute great win from you guys. What do you think? Do you think you did anything better this week than you did last week?
I think at the beginning my shots were horrible, but I think like my Ash play
Right.
was really good.
Yes, we did watch some of your Ash play. We saw some great shots there and everything. We did not watch it at the starting, so I did not know how it started, but definitely helps warming up and getting
Yeah.
into the game, right? How do you think? How was your communications? As we saw, Landon was not in the building today, but I do believe he was in call. So how
Yes.
was the communications going?
Our communications are definitely better than when we started.
Right.
Everyone's able to communicate, and it's going really good.
That's really great to hear. We like to hear that communications are flowing well and stuff. Anyways, do you have a favorite part of your night that you did?
Probably my Ash play.
Okay, yeah, I definitely agree. And then tell us a little bit about how you guys have grown as a team, because we know that you three are new from our OGs, Aiden and Landon. So how has you guys grown as a team?
Our comps are just definitely better. We're able just to freely talk to each other. We're more comfortable with each other, and I think that just helps how we play overall as a team.
I fully agree. Thank you for coming up here.
Thank you.
If you want to go get Coach Connor for us, that'd be great. Thank you so much. But yes, that was Alex, also known as Alec. Not Alex. Yeah, Alex. Alexis, also known as Alex.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so I want to ask you, how do you think your team has grown together? As we know, we have the OGs, Landon and Aiden, but the three new, how do you think they've grown together?
Definitely, our communication has gotten a lot better from when they first played together. First match they played together, didn't really talk at all outside of Landon, because we know Landon loves to talk.
Oh yes, we were talking about that earlier.
But outside of that, it was really only Landon. But everyone else has kind of gotten comfortable with each other. They've really gotten into communicating with each other and playing together as a team.
Right, and we saw a lot of, they have learned very well when to pull back and when to play together. How have you been influencing them to make sure they are playing together and stuff like that?
Yeah, so definitely. Make sure they're prepped before a fight, playing together, all set up. After the fight, no need to go all the way to the enemy spawn.
Right.
Clean up kills if you can, but if you have to overextend to get a kill, you just leave it and then get ready for the next fight. So making sure they're ready for each fight instead of just chasing kills.
How do you feel as a coach watching them, these games, how they go by and how they are playing and how quick they're going and how well they are going?
I'm happy to see them play to their potential that I know they can play as. That's the biggest thing for me. It kind of sucks when I see them play and they're kind of just doing whatever when I know they can be playing better. So it's nice seeing when they do well.
Right, totally agreed. After your win tonight, what are you preparing them for their next fights?
Yeah, definitely. Making sure, just because we did really well tonight, don't let it get to your head. Especially with this season, the later season matches are going to be a lot more difficult. So don't let it get to your head and focus on each map at a time. Essentially, every map it's 0-0. Don't let any lead get to your head and just keep playing the game as if you're starting fresh.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much for all your great stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Hello. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
All right. Well,
Okay. We ask this every week. What's tomorrow? Is it Rocket League or is it Marvel Rivals?
I anticipate it will be more Rocket League. I do not know for sure.
Okay, so it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up.
It is a toss-up next week. So, or
Tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Next week we already know it's going to be Overwatch.
No,
Oh,
Apex.
no, not over Apex. Yes,
correct.
We're watching Overwatch. Yes, Apex.
All right.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. As we heard tomorrow, probably Rocket League. Small chance it could be Marvel Rivals, but thank you guys so much for tuning in, and see you guys tomorrow.